We've been powder coating parts for our project cars and we're shocked to find that powder coated parts sell 3x the normal price. We're going to powder coat as many parts as we can in one day. But first, we need some parts. First up is a spare timing cover from our Datsun build. We also have an extra BMW M10 valve and timing cover too. You can also find tons of parts from bad engines like more timing covers, brackets, and pulleys. Now that we have our parts, let's talk about tools. Eastwood sent us this PCS dual voltage powder coating system along with their benchtop oven. The gun is nice and compact and comes with a clear container so you can actually see what color powder coating you have in it. But you're gonna need one more thing. So you're gonna need one of these. The nice thing with powder coating is you only need about 10 PSI, so you can get away with something small like the Ryobi, or you can even get a small pancake air compressor too. But before we start powder coating, we need to prep our parts. Whew. So that's going to take a lot longer than what I thought it was. Now you could buy an ultrasonic cleaner or a parts cleaner. It's going to cost you about another $100. Don't worry, because we have a discount code in the description below for all the other parts. So let's speed up this process. After cleaning up the parts, we put them in the oven to bake off any remaining cleaner for about 20 minutes at 200 degrees. Then the parts are wiped down with denatured alcohol with lint-free towels. We also added this air compressor moisture filter to help keep our powder dry. Ashley's actually going to be doing our powder coating, so walk us through the process.
First things first, we are grounding to the metal tray. Then we have loaded the powder into our gun. We have hooked our gun up to our air compressor. And if you want to test it without shooting any of the actual powder out, go very, very close to your part and click the trigger without pulling the trigger on the gun. And that's how you know you're ready to go.
We're also using these heat-resistant silicone plugs to block the powder. Okay. Now, if you only have two hands, you're gonna need help, or remember to open the oven beforehand. Okay, so we're gonna set it to about 5 minutes so we can take the plugs off, and then we'll heat the part up to 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. All right, I think it's time to take off the plugs.
Did it hit it? Did it leave a mark?
Hey, I don't know.
Oh, God. Okay, we're gonna switch. Why didn't you tell me to hold the wire with the other one?
I wasn't thinking of that.
You set me up for failure. Woo, you got it.
Whoa. I need longer pliers.
Should we just leave them in?
Yeah.
Okay. We got most of them out. Okay. Ooh. Dang. Looks pretty good. I'm impressed.
Whoa. How about where our plugs were? Not too bad.
can see a couple little tiny things, but nothing crazy. This one looks good. Come on.
Oh, what happened there?
It's a little piece of rubber. Must have.
Oh, while we were powder coating,
Yeah,
it might have went on there.
Didn't see it.
So maybe just hit that little bit part there again.
Yeah. Overall, though, everything turned out really well.
All right, on to the next parts.
On to the next parts.
Now we're using heat-resistant powder coating masking tape, which we'll use to block out all the other areas we don't want to powder coat. This box cutter isn't working too well, but if you put the part on another surface, you can cut a little bit easier. Leaving the plugs in didn't do such a good job, so we'll have to clean those parts up and try those areas again. So we have one more part, which is our largest part, that we're going to be doing a little bit different, but it's looking like it's going to rain, so we're going to have to hurry up. And if you're enjoying the content, like, comment, and subscribe. We found a smaller knife, and this is working much better than the box cutter. And this time we're off-gassing the part at the very end, right before we powder coat it, just to make sure there's no cleaning residue left behind. And with this larger part, we're actually going to be using a base coat of white first. Once the white is on the part, we're going to heat that powder up to 200 degrees in the oven. And then we'll let the part cool off, and then we're going to add another color. This two-stage powder coating process is going to help the next color really pop. And all you need to do to prep for the new powder is to blow the old powder away. You get inside the gun and around all the openings, and now you're ready for new powder. We're also going to increase the voltage on the PCS 250, as we already have a layer of existing powder on the part. This will help the new layer of powder stick much better. Now the great thing with powder coating is if you mess up, just brush the old powder away and repowder your part. Now it's time to put the part in the oven for 400 degrees for 20 minutes, and here's the results. So now that we have all of our parts powder coated, next up is to see how much money we can make. So to do that, we're going to actually go into eBay and we're going to look at similar items but under completed listings. So we're going to search for BMW M10 timing chain cover. That's actually this part, which we loved how it came out. And if we're looking here, okay, there's a couple of parts, pretty bad shape. And they can go anywhere from, let's see, 150 or so, almost up to maybe 200 for completed listings. So we're going to list this part for 3x that price. In order to list the part, you're going to want to take really good pictures, multiple angles, and then you can upload those pictures into your posting. It's pretty easy to do. And once you post all of your pictures, then you want to describe the part and put the exact model, year, make that this came out of. So for us, that's a 1984 BMW E30 318i two-door coupe. And we have a couple of other miscellaneous brackets. So some of the brackets did have a little bit of trouble with the plugs, so we're actually going to sand this down and run this one again. It's much better if you just take the plugs out as soon as you're done powder coating. Then we also have our engine mounts. Let's see how much those go for. Okay, so depending on the engine mounts that you're looking for, they can actually go for quite a bit. They're going from anywhere from 100 to 200, not powder coated. So powder coated, we can literally 3x those, sell it as a bundle. So we're already close to $1,000+. We also powder coated a valve cover for one of our friends. So that was a custom order that actually went for $350. And depending on the valve cover, you can sometimes find them for 50 to 80 bucks in used condition on eBay with shipping included. So you can literally buy parts from eBay, powder coat them, turn around and sell them for 3x the price. The only difficulty is that eBay does take around 15%. You're maybe looking at around 2.5x. Now, if you plan to powder coat things much bigger than this last part that we did, we actually created a DIY powder coating curing oven, and you can watch that video up next.